Yeah, what's the deal, fam? Yeah, recently I asked you about your personal opinion on the new DJ Premier record featuring Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and Big Sean, You Don't Stop. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the record. It just sounds like a bunch of talented individuals thrown on one track and just hoping something great will come out of it. It's not terrible, but it's not something I'll probably play again. But that's not what I want to speak about. This is the first time that I can remember where I heard a DJ Premier beat and I was concerned because it doesn't sound inspired at all. And I know you probably say, yo, who are you to be talking about DJ Premier? And he's a legend. He's an icon. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm a student of the game. I've listened, I've supported. And this production doesn't sound like quality DJ Premier music. Now, what do I mean by that? When you speak of Primo, you can ask 100 people, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And I'm willing to bet well over 90% of the individuals, the first thing they will mention is the drums. He'll always have the bounce there. Like, I think that comes simple and easy to him. But I can never remember a time where I listened to a song by DJ Premier that he produced and the drums sound like stock sounds. Now, when I say stock sounds, I mean the sounds that come with the drum machine. Remember when you cop like your first MPC and they would give you a disc of sounds on it? Those are the stock sounds. And typically they were cheesy. They didn't have much warmth to them, no character. You just had to just hope for the best. And once you figured out how to sample and layer sounds, you can add things alongside those and make them better. But listening to You Don't Stop, this is the first time where I just felt as a fan, nah, Primo, that ain't it. Those drums are not slapping. And some people were saying the same thing about the record with Nas, Define My Name. And I wasn't in agreement with that because the drum sounds weren't the greatest, but it had that punch. I guess he made up for it in the mix. But this particular record, I don't like the mix on the sounds, and I'm not a fan of the actual selection of the sounds. Now, whenever we come with critiques, it's important to have a solution, right? Now, once again, I'm not Primo, I'm not DJ Premier, I don't have his discography, but once again, I am a student of the game, I listen. And it sounds as though I believe Primo, especially with this Nas project on the Hills, allegedly, I think that he should make the transition back to the MPC 60 for two reasons. Number one, the analog sound was something that was synonymous with his sound. You put him, MPC 60, Eddie Sancho, match made in heaven. Now I believe he's using the MPC Renaissance, and I think it's probably all digital at the moment, so you can hear the difference in the character in the drums. And I'm not asking him to go back to yesteryear. Those days are over. If I want to hear that, I'll go play it. But when you have a project coming out, allegedly, where the expectations are going to be astronomical, they're going to be through the roof, you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. So if it was up to me, I would go back and grab that MPC 60 and get back into that vein, that bag, right? That's one reason. Secondly, it seems as though technology doesn't work for a person like Primo. What do I mean by that? Nowadays, if you're sampling or any other form of production, let's just talk about sampling for the moment. You have an unlimited amount of time to sample. So every sound, unknowingly, may not be near and dear to you. What do I mean by that? It can hinder your creativity because let's think about the MPC 60. I believe to start, fresh out the box, they gave you about 13 seconds to sample. And if you got it upgraded, I think it was close to 30 seconds. Now think about that. Only 30 seconds to sample. That includes your loops, whether it's drum loops, a sample, your chops. Everything has to be below 30 seconds. So every sound that you sample counts, which allows your creativity to peak and go different places because you're limited. So you're forced to be creative. Think about the original sample for Nas Is Like and what he was able to take from that and make a masterpiece because he was forced to. Technology for some people is a hindrance, and it's starting to come across as that for DJ Premier. So if I was in his shoes, MPC 60, go back to that and make it happen. And I'm saying this in support of him because I don't ever want people to try to play the legends and talk about how they fell off and they lost a step, considering that they're first ballot Hall of Famers. He's paid his dues. He has enough equity to where he can make 300 whack beats in a row and it should be okay. But if you have a project with Esco coming out and you two have made magic 90 to 92% of the time when y'all made records, and you're talking about doing a full-length project or an EP, whatever it is, I just want to make sure that we get the best form of Primo. And what I heard recently on your Don't Stop, the record featuring Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and Big Sean, that wasn't it. And it caused some concern. But this is just a hip-hop supporter and a hip-hop fan speaking from the heart. But Primo, I know you got it, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It's your man Eeze at TheEezeExperience. Go get your shit.
Hey, yo,